Randy's got a question. We're going to spread this out between the two of you. I'm curious with your years of experience, how often you see retirees needing to cut back on their spending after retirement. We're ready to retire, and we're worried about overspending. The number one thing I think that you've said to me in the past is that when you sit down with people and they're getting ready to do the retirement thing, Jonas, you say, what does your first year of retirement look like?
Yes, definitely, Randy. Walk us through your first year in retirement. What's your lifestyle look like? Are you going to buy a vineyard and a sailboat every month? Or are you going to hang out and maybe just clean the garage? There's going to be some different income levels that you're going to need for both of those situations. So start with your retirement lifestyle in retirement. Couple of situations, ultimately, we would like to see you get a financial plan, but if you're just taking your interest and dividends off your investments, Doug, you're not going to run out of money, Randy, in retirement.
Yeah.
And if you have different sources of income, if you have Social Security, if you have a pension, but ultimately you have to take those things out in the correct order too. So this all leads back to a financial plan, but Randy, ultimately, if you're just taking interest in dividends out of your investments, you're not going to run out of money in retirement. However, an upside down question, I have seen situations where people have run out of money in retirement. And the big risk that people have that lead them to run out of money in retirement is using their retirement as a piggy bank, Doug.
Okay.
They take lump sums out of their retirement. I had a situation where it was perfectly sweet person. We did the whole plan, and ultimately I received a phone call that said I need $25,000 for a retaining wall. I said, well, is there any other sources, any other avenues that we can take to pay for this? Because it's going to trigger about $15,000. You're going to rob your retirement of about $40,000 at that point. Nope, got to have a retaining wall. So sent the $25,000 out, received a phone call the next year, needing another lump sum for guess what was due?
Taxes.
The taxes were due. Uncle Sam kept calling. So it was a vicious cycle. And ultimately, the account is basically down to zero at this point. So, Randy, to answer your question, the biggest risk is taking lump sums out of your retirement account.
One of the things that you do when you say, take me through what that first year looks like for you in your retirement, Roger, you're trying to capture an idea of what their spending situation is going to look like.
Personally, when I do this, I want to break it into three categories. What do I need from the day I retire to the day I die? That doesn't include vacations and gifts. That's food, shelter, insurance, the necessities of life. And for me, necessities of life are still going to Starbucks and having,
lifestyle, reasonable
lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Then I want to focus on what are the wants in retirement? How often do I want to travel? Where do I want to go? What do I want to accomplish? And then after that, what are the things I wish I could do that maybe I don't believe are possible? So I want to break it into those categories. What that does, it really helps you front load retirement. Most people don't really need as much long-term money as they think. They need more upfront and less long-term. You take a look at people 80 to 90 years old, their spending patterns are drastically different than someone in their 60s. I would agree with Jonas that first, most people that we work with typically don't have to cut back their lifestyle because we're crafting a plan kind of based upon how they're living now, unless they've just done a really poor job saving.
Yeah.
And you can fix that by getting a plan done sooner rather than later. I mean, start this process in your 30s is a perfect time.
Okay.
But the individuals I work with, and I can think of about 2 or 3 examples that run out of money. It is exactly what Jonas said. It is lump sum distributions or living a lifestyle that they never lived before.
Yeah.
We try to talk to people. If Elias was here, he would tell you it's called the talk. If someone overspends 1 year, okay, that happens. Right. You're excited. But if it's a pattern, we're going to have a talk and let you know this likely isn't sustainable. And I've had the talk with people, and I had someone once tell me, well, we just kind of like what we're doing. They ran out of money.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's your money. Ultimately, my job is to guide you, help you make decisions. And in their defense, they're not in the greatest health anyway. So they probably did get it all done when they should have done it.
Yeah.
You know, is it fun to be out of money? No, they still have Social Security.
Mm-hmm.
But most people, if you've done a plan, you don't need to worry about running out. But lump sum overspending is the one. I need a new car. I'm paying cash. I need new cabinets. I need a Jeep. I need a tractor.
I need.
But
Wants
you never
needs.
needed it when you were working.
Right.
Because you didn't have, you know, the $2 million piggy bank to go crack into.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? This is neat. If you're looking for somebody who's going to work with you and really kind of hold you accountable too. I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. It is your money. It's your plan. After all, it's not theirs. But you want somebody to help you grow that and then help you preserve it and spend it wisely, thriftily, to try to protect you from tax disadvantage, things like that. You need professionals on your side that are willing to have the talk with you, like my friends at Premier Investments and Wealth Management. PremierIWM.com. You can go there and you can make an appointment with them online, or you can call today, 800-383-6590. That number, 800-383-6590.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA SIPC. The opinions voiced in this show are for general information purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, and financial or tax advisor prior to investing. Premier Investments and Wealth Management and LPL Financial do not provide specific individualized tax or legal advice. We suggest that you discuss your specific situation with a qualified tax or legal advisor. Rebalancing a portfolio may cause investors to incur tax liabilities and/or transaction costs, and does not assure a profit or protect against loss. Economic forecasts set forth may not develop as predicted, and there can be no guarantee that strategies promoted will be successful. All performance referenced is historical and is not a guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and cannot be invested into directly. There is no assurance that the techniques and strategies discussed are suitable for all investors or will yield positive outcomes. The purchase of certain securities may be required to affect some of the strategies. Investing involves risks, including possible loss of principal. There is no guarantee that a diversified portfolio will enhance overall returns or outperform a non-diversified portfolio. Diversification does not protect against market risk. Prior to investing in a 529 plan, investors should consider whether the investor's or designated beneficiary's home state offers any state tax or other state benefits such as financial aid, scholarship funds, and protection from creditors that are only available for investments in such state's qualified tuition program. Withdrawals used for qualified expenses are federally tax-free. Tax treatment at the state level may vary. Please consult with your tax advisor before investing. Forbes' Best in State Wealth Management Teams ranking was developed by Shook Research and is based on in-person, virtual, and telephone due diligence meetings and a ranking algorithm that includes a measure of each team's best practices, client retention, industry experience, review of compliance records, firm nominations, and quantitative criteria, including assets under management and revenue generated for their firm. Investment performance is not a criterion because client objectives and risk tolerances vary, and advisors rarely have audited performance reports. Shook's research and rankings provide opinions intended to help investors choose the right financial advisor and team, and are not indicative of future performance or representative of any one client's experience. Past performance is not an indication of future results. Neither Forbes nor Shook Research receive compensation in exchange for placement on the ranking. For more information, please see www.shookresearch.com. Shook is a registered trademark of Shook Research, LLC.